we've all become very good friends, and we all trust each other implicitly, and it's, yeah, we know when to focus and do the hard work, but we also know when to have a laugh, which is crucial because this training is extremely difficult and it's never ending, so that balance is crucial. You know, it's sort of 7 days a week, 1 day off every couple of weeks. It's long sessions in the water. We can go out there in the winter doing 18k in the boat, in the rain, in the cold, so you know those sessions are hard but also very crucial. When you get on that start line, you know that you've done all the hard sessions over the winter, and that's the ones that make the difference, and that's where you know the medals are won in the winter and collected in the summer, as a lot of athletes say. And I think if you go out and do all those hard sessions, it toughens you up, and you need good team morale to get through the long winters, and certainly we have a good balance with that, and it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. This whole cycle is something you get into as a kid, and you do sport your whole life, so it's almost like you're building up to the whole time, and especially with the home games, it's like I'm 34 now, yeah, it's like a long 19 years of sport now, so it's like almost like 19 years we're preparing for this, and then it only comes around once in a lifetime. I did karate as a junior for Great Britain since the age of 7 up until I was about 19. Then it wasn't an Olympic sport at that point. It's still really trying to become an Olympic sport, and I always had this dream of going to the Olympics, so I thought I'd go and try and find something I was good at. Somehow I ended up in bobsleigh. Before I knew it, I was in Europe pushing sleds down the 100-mile-an-hour tracks and stuff, and I had a great time in bobsleigh. Unfortunately, I had a lot of medical problems going on in the background that were underlying that I wasn't aware of. Which ultimately forced me out of the sport, and then found myself in rowing. So yeah, from a power sport to an endurance sport, and it's a different mindset, different preparation, and certainly different training. There was lots of difficulties. First of all, trying to learn to train for so long in bobsleigh, it's very intense but very short. You know, when they first said you're going to do an 18k, I was like, geez, I've never run over 30 metres in 10 years. So it was a big transition and a real shock to the body. But you know, I like challenging myself mentally and physically and see how hard I can push, and just seeing it as a challenge. And I think if you perceive it as a positive, then you react in a positive way. Lots of things drove me on, to be honest, and just to get back in shape, live healthy. I've had a lot of pain and a lot of problems over the last few years, and I don't like to feel like that, and I think that was a inner driving thing. But having that sort of, first of all, was bled, making it to bled. That was a massive goal, and then after that, it was like, right, I need to get to London, and obviously, yeah, we put all this hard work in, we won a good result there, and everything's been motivational about getting there, and constantly driving through rehab. And there's been moments where, yeah, I've struggled, and it's been pretty hard to keep going and be in pain, but then you think, right, home games comes round once in a lifetime, and it's an experience that I certainly don't want to miss out on, and that always kept me going. From what I've heard from watching the Olympic guys and watching every sport, when they say when they heard the British crowd, it just gave them that extra little bit, you know, and I think, you know, in any sport you're pushing yourself mentally to the limits and physically, and you think you've just got nothing else to give, but there's always that little bit, there's always something else there, and I think that home advantage or that home crowd is what's going to give it to the British athletes in these games.